Hello, small group leaders. I'm sending you this video today because when we did Transform this past fall, me and Heidi did a Transform training type video for you all, and it seemed to get some really good response. It seemed to be a really effective way to be able to get the information that we wanted to get to you all. So we're going to hopefully be doing some more of these videos throughout the months as we keep going forward here, where we can kind of just focus in on maybe some specific things or trainings that we really want to communicate to you as leaders that'll hopefully be helpful and beneficial to you. And so with this first video, what I wanted to talk with you guys about is this idea of launching well or incorporating new members well. The reason we're talking about this is because we did just have the connection event here at Grace Church. So some of you as leaders have just gotten a whole bunch of new members. And I really wanted to focus on this so we can make sure that even though these members have like signed up now and everything, that we still make this transition into the group and assimilating into the group as smooth as possible for them. So I just have a few ideas that I want to go over with you today that I think are really key to helping groups launch well, for those of you who are groups that are not really open right now but might be soon, or incorporating those new members well. So even if you're not in that position where you are this week where you're going to be welcoming new members, I still think this could be really helpful for you maybe further on down the road when you are open. So let's kind of dig into it right now. The first thing that I want to go over with you is the idea of meet consistently and often. These are two huge things. One reason that I really think groups don't launch well is when the group doesn't meet consistently. I think we've seen this with groups before, or maybe you've been in a group where you've experienced this in the past, where you get going, you meet like 1 week, and then after that, people just can't seem to make the commitment to meet on those nights. People are like, yeah, we could take a week off, and then you do take the week off and just nothing really happens. Or maybe you run up against, like, you meet for a week and then you hit a holiday and people are gone, and then after that the group just never really meets back together. And so those sorts of things are one of the reasons why groups tend to fizzle out right away, or if new people end up joining a group, they tend to not stick because of stuff like this happening. So we want to go over this idea of meet consistently and often. So that first idea of meeting consistency builds momentum with groups. You'll see it in your groups even if you've been meeting for a long time. If your group doesn't meet consistently when you say you're going to meet, the group just loses momentum. It gets really slow. This is why lots of groups just take the summer off, because it's hard to meet during the summer. So we just kind of take the summer off. But for incorporating new members, this consistency is going to be huge for them because they haven't been in a group. They don't have this routine or this commitment really ingrained in them yet. So this is going to be a huge thing for your new members. Consistency builds momentum. Missing a week slows momentum. For groups that have been meeting a long time, this might not be something that's hard. If you miss 1 week, you've been meeting long enough to know it's okay, we're going to meet again the next time. But for new members, missing a week can really throw them off. It can make it hard for them because they, like I said before, they haven't built in this commitment yet. They haven't really assimilated yet. And so when they've met for like 1 week and then the group decides that they need to take a week off, especially if your group is meeting every other week, that's 3 weeks where that person hasn't been a part of their new group. And so they lose out on that consistency. They lose out on that time to really become a member. And they might just end up kind of falling away. They might see it's like, this doesn't seem like a priority for the people who are already in the group, so why should it be a priority for me? And so they miss out on that. Also, as groups, if we really want to see life transformation happen, which is one of our goals here at Grace, that happens best when community meets consistently. And so we want to show our new members that. We want to welcome them into a consistent community where that kind of stuff happens. Another thing, if you can meet every week to start, do it. That's the often part of it, meet often. Meeting every week can be really, really helpful for a group, especially if they're new members. I know most of our groups here meet on an every other week kind of basis. But if you can, for that first like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, try to meet every week if you can. This just really helps build in, just that almost second nature idea of like, oh yeah, I have group this week and this time. I'm going to be there. It just helps really build that commitment. It's a great opportunity to just really kind of help those new members really get assimilated. It happens way faster if you're meeting every week rather than every other week. It just spreads it out a little bit more if you do it that way. And so if you can meet every week, that is awesome to be able to do that. A second idea for being able to help launch a group well or to incorporate new members well is this idea of communication from the leader. Communication from the leader is key. So after the people come to an event, they sign up for a group, we put them into your GraceLink system so they're in your group on GraceLink. Then it's really in your hands as the leader to be contacting those members. So contacting them after sign up is the first step. We will let you know once your group has been updated on GraceLink. If your group was open, people signed up for it, we put them into GraceLink, then we let you know about it. Their contact information is all on there. It's then in your hands to be contacting them. And contact them as soon as possible. It gets really discouraging for a new person who has signed up for a group and it's been a week since they signed up and they still haven't heard anything from the group leaders. So as soon as we let you know that they are updated, please reach out to them. And it can be as simple as just saying, hey, like my name is Mitch, I'm the leader of the group you signed up for. I just want to tell you a little bit about our group and what it's going to be like. And then maybe even ask them, about something about them, get to know them a little. So that way when they show up for that first meeting that first night, they're not walking in completely blind as to what it's like, They kind of have an idea, they know somebody, they've connected with you, so they can kind of feel safe and secure with you in a sense. So contacting them right after sign up is huge. Another thing, contact them the day of the first meeting. It's just a good reminder. It's helpful. They haven't worked this into their normal weekly schedule yet, so they might have forgotten. Contact them the day of. Just let them know, hey, we're expecting you tonight. We're super excited to get to meet you and for you to be a part of this group. It's that easy. Send them the address, like all those times, reminder of the times, everything like that. But just another really helpful step. Next opportunity for you to be able to be in constant, kind of a consistent communication with them as a leader is if someone doesn't show up, follow up with them. So you might have somebody who doesn't show up for the first week or something like that, maybe, and you don't really know what happened. Maybe there was a good reason they couldn't make it. It's important for you as a leader to follow up with them. Don't just let them float out there in the middle of nowhere and being like, oh, I don't really know how it happened. Maybe they'll show up next week. Don't do that. Bridge that gap. Text them, call them, whatever it is, follow up with them, figure out why they didn't make it, and make sure that they know that they are still welcome to come back. Make sure that they know they're still welcome to join them on the next week. Even if someone hasn't ever shown up. Maybe you're like 2 or 3 weeks in, this person still has not shown up for an event. Don't let the door close yet. Don't give up on them. Keep that door open for them. Stay in communication with them. Keep texting them. Keep letting them know, like, hey, you're still welcome. We'd still love to have you. After a while, if it's gone on for several weeks and they still haven't shown up, or they've just been really inconsistent in showing up. Maybe they've only shown up like 2 weeks or something like that. But this has been going on for a long time. That's when you can have the conversation with them. And don't just let it be, we're not going to contact them anymore, they must not be interested. Actually have a conversation with them. Send them a message, call them, say, hey, this just seems like it's not really working out for you. It just seems like this isn't a good time maybe. Can I help you find a group that is going to work better for your schedule? If you phrase it that way, this person isn't then just being, kind of lost out in this space where we really don't know what's happening with them, if they're connecting in any way. But if we frame it in a way of, hey, this just doesn't seem to be working out for you, can we maybe help you find something that will? That is a great way to be able to help somebody move from out of your group where they maybe can't be consistent, but into a place where then myself, Heidi, one of your coaches, can then help them find something that will work for them. So that way, we're not just losing this person, but we're actually helping them connect maybe in a different way. So those are some of my ideas for you guys to be able to help you really launch well, to really help these new people get incorporated. So the 2 points again, meet consistently and often. And then the second one is constant communication from the leader is key. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Please be looking forward for more of some of these videos coming your way. in the next several months, just some more training, so things that I really think are going to be helpful for you as a leader to be able to take your group to the next level. So we'll see you again.